So you know when you go to play over something, right, and it just sounds the same, right? It's the same scales, the same note choice, everything's just really boring, you've done it 1,000 times, right? So you go to learn from the greats, which is great, obviously, but you realise that in the nicest possible way, you don't necessarily sound like the greats, so that doesn't really work either, right? So I'm going to show you this really quick way to completely break away from all of that. I'm going to take something actually that you already know. I'm going to demonstrate how you can use that to completely expand on your note choice and just most importantly, break away from all those old ideas. So I'm going to start just by taking a single minor chord vamp, right? I've just chosen this E minor 9 kind of smooth jazz thing, right? Don't let that put you off. You just need a single minor chord. It could be minor 7, minor 9, doesn't matter. Get it on a loop pedal. So bear in mind, right, we're not talking so much about phrasing here. It's more about opening up the fretboard, right, and showing you kind of notes that you might not usually use, and showing you how they can be applied over something simple like a minor chord vamp. So over this E minor 9 chord, if I use the notes of E minor pentatonic, right, which are E, G, A, B, and D, it's going to work really well, right, because the notes fairly closely match the notes of the E minor 9 chord, which are E, G, B, D, and F sharp. Close enough, it's going to sound good. Most people know that, and you're probably used to playing in that way. So the first thing we're going to do to try to break away from that, right, is go to the 5th of the E minor 9 chord, which is the note B, and we're going to build a minor pentatonic scale from the B, right? So it's going to give us B minor pentatonic, which would give us the notes B, D, E, F sharp, and A. Now the reason we're creating a different sound is because of the note of F sharp, which is present in B minor pentatonic and is also present in our E minor 9 chord. Now bear in mind that whether you're playing a minor 9 or not, if you're just playing a bog standard minor chord, that little bit of tension, that kind of extension, is going to come out through using your B minor pentatonic. Magic happens when you can blend those two together, right? Because you're able to use the E minor and the B minor pentatonic sort of independently, and what that will teach you as well is it will show you where that minor 9 tension is in different positions all over the neck. You might find that without knowing it, you come up with this kind of hybrid minor pentatonic scale, right? Where you're playing E minor, but you find that you're adding that F sharp. It doesn't really matter how it comes about. The important thing is that we're taking something that we already know, i.e., you know, all the minor pentatonic shapes, and we're just applying them in a different context to bring out that tension or that colour. So not all pentatonic licks are going to work with the B minor pentatonic playing over the E minor chord, as great as like the Chuck Berry licks are, for example. It's not always going to work in this context. So we've built a scale off the 5th of the chord, we're now going to build a scale off the 2nd of the chord. Now the 2nd is a tone up from our root, so for an E, a tone up from E is F sharp. So we're going to use F sharp minor pentatonic to play over this chord progression and see how it sounds. So the notes of F sharp minor pentatonic are F sharp, A, B, C sharp, and E. Now using that over or in the context of an E minor chord or E minor 9 chord will give us more of an E minor 6 sound. That's because the note of C sharp, which is present in our F sharp minor pentatonic, is the sixth of E minor, right? So again, we're bringing another colour or another tension to our improvising. So again, I'm just thinking of the notes of F sharp minor pentatonic. You know, you have got to be careful. Make sure that you're resolving your phrases to the note of E or B, as I suggested maybe, because it can sound a little bit odd if you're just purely playing F sharp minor pentatonic licks purely just over an E minor 9 chord. So by using these different pentatonic shapes or positions over the same chord, we're able to bring out colours and tensions that we probably wouldn't otherwise come up with, right? Which is really the key thing here. That's what we're here, and that's how we're trying to transform the playing. Be really honest with yourself about how well you know your pentatonic shapes in different positions. And for now, just stick to that minor chord vamp and just get really used to doing that. It will honestly change the way that you think about phrasing in some places on the fretboard. I hope it's useful. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.